Yogis are coming to this place to practice Dhamma. You are all going to the Dhamma. There are three gems in Buddhism. The first is the Buddha, the second is the Dhamma, and the third is the Sangha. And what is the Dhamma? It is the teaching of the Buddha. The Dhamma actually means what the Buddha realized at the moment of his enlightenment and what he taught to all beings. This is the Dhamma. In other words, the Dhamma means Megaphala Nibbana, the path, fruition, Nibbana, and his teaching. The Dhamma is very simple. One verse epitomizes all the teaching of the Buddha. That verse, the Dhamma, is very simple. Do not do any evil, cultivate good, purify your minds. This is the teaching of the Buddha. So there are only three things, very simple to understand, but very, very difficult to put into practice. Sabapapasa akaranan. Do not do any evil. Do not do what is bad. We sometimes or we often do what is bad. Kusalasa upasambada, cultivate good, do what is good. Sometimes we don't want to cultivate good. We lazy to practice seriously. We don't want to do what is good. So Buddha said, do what is good. That is practicing charity, keeping moral precepts, and practicing meditation diligently. That is what is meant by cultivate good. Sajjita Priyodapana. Buddha said, purify your mind. Our minds are always contaminated with impurities. And so Buddha urged to purify our minds. When mind is purified, you experience total happiness. Now you are trying to purify every mental state. It is not too easy. So if you can just follow these three pieces of advice, you will be the most happy person in this world. Do not do any evil, do what is good, and purify the mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha. Buddha did not just say, Sajjita Priyodapana, purify your mind. Buddha taught us what to do to achieve the purifications of mind. Buddha gave us 3 steps to be practiced, one after another, along the path to spiritual attainment. Now you are practicing these stages, these steps, 3 steps. The first of these steps is called Sila, moral purity. You always observe moral precepts. In the intensive retreat, 8 precepts, 9 precepts for the Samanera and also monks. You purify your moral conduct. Moral purity is the basic of all spiritual practices. Moral purity means purity of bodily actions and purity of verbal actions. We do not do anything wrong with our bodies, and we do not do anything wrong with our speech. That is, we abstain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, and we abstain from daily lies, backbiting, and so on. You always protect, you always observe moral precepts. And coming to this intensive retreat, you are developing concentration continuously. Buddha taught samadhi or purity of mind. Purity of mind through concentration. So concentration of mind is the second stage to practice. In this retreat, very early morning, you wake up, wanting to wake up, moving, stretching, bending, etc. And the whole day you practice continuously, your momentary concentrations accumulated every moment. The third stage is Pinya wisdom. Actually, wisdom here means the knowledge of the true nature of things, the knowledge of the true nature of Nama Rupa, mind and matter, and also the knowledge of the Four Noble Truths, noble truth of suffering, noble truth of the origin of suffering, noble truth of the cessation of suffering, and noble truth of the path leading to the cessations of suffering. So this third step, wisdom, is actually the outcome of the second step, concentration. And concentration is based on the first step, sila or moral purity. So if we want to reach the highest stage of spiritual achievement, we have to go through these steps one by one. Without achieving the first one, sila, moral purity, we cannot hope to reach purity of mind. Without purity of mind, which is concentration, we cannot hope to gain the knowledge of the true nature of psychophysical phenomena. And we cannot hope to penetrate into the Four Noble Truths. So Buddha gave us this. We can call it a blueprint for the spiritual growth for us. If we follow these 3 steps, we are sure to reach the final stage of spiritual attainment. There are 6 qualities of the Dhamma. Some may be very familiar. These qualities of the Dhamma. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opaniko Pachatam Veditabo Venyuhi in Pali. Can you open your book? Retreat Manual, page 11. So qualities of the Dhamma, 6 qualities of the Dhamma, page 11. Can you follow me? Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opaneyiko Pachatam Veditabo Venyuhi. Translation, follow me. Well expounded is the teaching of the Buddha. Self-evident can be experienced by oneself. Immediately beneficial here and now without delay. Ehipasiko, worthy to invite one to come and see through empirical knowledge. Opaneyiko, worthy to keep and carry with oneself. Pachatam Veditabo Venyuhi, worthy for wise people to experience individually. So 6 qualities of the Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha is well expounded, and the teaching of the Buddha is self-evidence. It can be experienced by yourself. It can be realized by yourself. And number 3, Akaliko, it gives immediate benefits. Immediately beneficial here and now without delay. And number 4, Ehipasiko, Dhamma is worthy to invite one come and see through your empirical knowledge. And Dhamma is worthy to keep and carry with yourself. Always, always, Dhamma can be carried with us. Number 6, Pichatam Veditaba Venyuhi, Dhamma is worthy for wise people to experience individually. So we go to the Dhamma qualities. Number 1 is Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo. The teaching of the Buddha is the best preached teaching. The entirety of the Buddha dispensation is endowed with goodness in all 3 parts. The beginning of the teaching is good. The beginning of the teaching is excellent. The middle of the teaching is excellent. And the end of the teaching is excellent. So it is endowed with goodness in all three parts, the beginning, the middle, and the end. There isn't even a tiny part that is not good. The reason Dhamma are so great is because the teachings are expressed with very meaningful words. The words used to expound the dispositions of the Buddha are pleasant, graceful, and delightful. They are well organized in such a way that wise people cannot find fault and praise the Dhamma. Their meaning brings about the true benefits, prosperity, peace, and happiness. There is no part that is not good. It is simply superior. In other words, three excellent parts of the Buddha's teaching: listening to the Dhamma is excellent, practicing the Dhamma is excellent, and getting the benefits of the Dhamma is excellent. It is the three excellent parts of the Buddha teaching. Because all three of these parts are superior, the Dhamma is complete with three excellent parts. As Sanditthiko, Dhamma can be experienced by yourself, and Dhamma is to be realized. Dhamma is worth knowing and seeing for yourself. That means Megaphala and Nibbana, that you see for yourself without taking someone else's words for it. In the Buddha dispensation, Nibbana is the principal element that must be experienced for oneself. If you experience the peace of Nibbana, you know that the endless future suffering in samsara will be extinguished. Within ourselves, we clearly know the occurrence of mega impala that can see Nibbana. Not only do we know Megaphala and Nibbana, but when practicing the training that leads to Megaphala, meditator distinctly see the way mind and matter rise and disappear with their own vipassana knowledge. There is no need to say that what is experienced along the way from the start of the practice until reaching Nibbana is also quite satisfying. Akaliko, Dhamma gives immediate results. There is result without delay. These qualities of Dhamma is concerned only with the four megas. As soon as one of the four megas, Sotapatti mega, Sagragami, Nagami, and Arhata mega, consciousness occurs. Its result, which is Phala consciousness, immediately follows. Mega is the wholesome cause and Phala is the result. Mega cuts off the mental defilements and Phala experience the peace and happiness of being free from those mental defilements. And other types of wholesomeness, however, give results only in future lives. Ehi Pasiko. Dharma is worthy to invite to come and see. Dharma that is worth inviting others to come and try. It means that because this Dharma is both obvious and extremely pure and clean, it is worthy of inviting beings to come and try. Megaphala and Nirvana are dhammas that can be seen clearly, distantly, and obviously in your own streams of consciousness. Like the full moon shining brilliantly on a crystal clear night, so attractive. You cannot take your eyes off it. They are extremely pure and faultless. That is why Ehi Pasa, Ehi Pasiko is the qualities of inviting others to come and try. There are many teachings within the Buddha dispensation which bear these qualities of Ehi Pasika. All Panayiko, Dhamma is worthy. Dhamma is fit to be brought to oneself. Dhamma is worthy to keep and carry with ourselves. So during intensive retreat, you have to keep and carry mindfulness with yourself always. A lot of benefits you can gain. Opanayiko, Dhamma which is worth embedding in your mind. It means if you do not possess this Dhamma already, it is worth putting forth effort to obtain it. Mega, Phala, and Nibbana leads to the extinguishing of suffering and is truly the greatest well-being we can have for ourselves. What could be more fitting than to achieve this Dhamma? That is why the Buddha reminded us again and again how crucial it is to try and get this Dhamma. Just as it is important for a person with a spear impaled in their chest to try to remove it, or as it is important for a person whose head or whose hair is on fire to extinguish it, it is appropriate for a person who sees the dangers of samsara, wrongs or suffering, to remove Sakaya Ditti, wrong view of self, and straight away with steadfast mindfulness. So we all must practice Opanayika and establish it within ourselves. When we practice the four establishments of mindfulness, contemplations of the body, contemplations of the feeling, contemplations of the consciousness, and contemplations of the Dhamma, with steadfast mindfulness, we can reach Megaphala and Nirvana. If yogi reach the first stage of Sotapanna, Sakaya Ditti and Vicikicca, wrong view of self and skeptical doubt, will be eradicated. If meditator practice the method of Satipatthana taught by the Buddha stage by stage, then when these dhammas become developed, suffering is extinguished and nirvana is surely attained. Pachatang veditabo vinyuhi. Dhamma is worthy for wise people to experience individually. Pachatang veditabo vinyuhi means the Dhamma that wise people experience and know respectively. In other area, learned people who are skilled in theoretical knowledge are called Venyu, wise people. However, the quality of Pichatang Veditabo is not concerned with those worldly people. Only Ariyas, noble person who know the mega knowledge, are called Venyu, wise people. Those wise Ariya beings know by means of Vichavakana, reviewing knowledge, that Megaphala has occurred. They enjoy the flavor of Nirvana through Phala absorption. In experiencing and knowing in this way, Ariya each see their own respective Nirvana by means of their own respective Mega and Phala. Pachatang Veditabo, each in one's own respective consciousness is experience. So remember these 6 qualities of the Dhamma, Swakhato, Bhagavata, Dhammo, Santitiko, Akaliko, etc. for your practice. And one quality is Ehipasiko, come and practice, you believe this method, you believe this practice, why Dhamma is so inviting. It is for our purification. For the purifications of our minds, Dhamma is here. The minds of all beings are tainted with mental defilements. The minds of all beings are contaminated by different mental defilements. Most of the time, our minds are not pure. They are attachment or craving, greed, hatred, anger, ignorance, pride, envy, jealousy, and so forth. Attachment defile our minds. Dhamma encourage. Try to see the natural phenomena as they really are. When you sit, you have to know sitting. When you breathe, you have to know breathing. When rising occur, notice rising. When falling occur, notice falling, etc. So when you see the natural phenomena as they really are, when you practice Satipatthana, when you hit the every mental states, your mind purified. The Satipatthana method helps to purify our minds. This is the only way for the purifications of our minds. When yogi practice vipassana, they do not have greed, they do not have hatred, or delusion, or pride, or other mental defilements. All these mental defilements are absent from their mind during precise meditation. When yogis have reached their destination, then their minds will be totally free from mental defilements. So believe, by going along this path, you will reach the highest stage of attainment, and your mind will be totally pure. Ehipasiko, come and practice to overcome Soka and Parideva, sorrow and lamentation. Sorrow and lamentation can be overcome by this meditation. When we practice vipassana meditation, we are instructed to be aware of everything that is happening to us, to notice everything that comes to us at the present moment. When you are aware of everything, when you are aware of every bodily behavior, when you are aware of every feeling, when you are aware of every mental state, when you are aware of every Dhamma, when you observe everything during meditation, the mental defilements will disappear. When you reach the final stage of Arahanthood, you will have overcome sorrow and lamentation altogether. After you have reached such a stage, sorrow and lamentation will never come to you again. There are many people whose sorrow and lamentation have been overcome by this practice of Satipatthana Vipassana meditation. Come and practice. Your pain and grief will disappear. Dukkha Domanasana Attingamaya. Dukkha, pain, means physical pain. Domanasa, grief, means mental pain. Physical pain and mental pain can be overcome by this Vipassana meditation. When you have sat for some time, you feel pain in your body, but when you persevere in watching the pain or taking note of pain and your concentration becomes powerful, then pain will go away and you will have overcome pain. You can also overcome grief through the practice of Vipassana. When you have reached the highest stage, you will have overcome pain and grief once and for all. Come and practice. To reach the noble path. Yayasa Adhigamaya. The noble path here means the type of consciousness that appears at the moment of realization. When you realize the truth, when you realize Nibbana, there arises in you a type of consciousness that is called Megacita path consciousness. It is called path consciousness because when you have reached this stage of consciousness, you can be certain to reach Nibbana on this path. You surely will lead there. There are 4 stages of realization, and so there are 4 types of path consciousness. Each path consciousness eradicates some mental defilements completely, so that after reaching the 4th path consciousness, all of them are altogether eradicated. The mental defilements eradicated by path consciousness will not return to you. For reaching the noble path, for attaining this type of consciousness that can eradicate the mental defilements altogether. Satipatthana is the only way. We wish for Nibbana, where there is no aging, sickness, death, and we will be free from all dangers in Nibbana. So Dharma, we need to practice for the realizations of Nibbana. We can say that reaching the noble path means reaching the state of path consciousness, and realizing Nibbana means reaching the state of fruition consciousness. Immediately after the path consciousness comes the fruition consciousness. Both the path consciousness and fruition consciousness take Nibbana as their object. They both perceive Nibbana directly. Either of these two moments can be called moments of realizing Nibbana. So you have confidence to gain true happiness, to overcome all suffering. I do practice Dhamma, I practice Satipatthana. Dhammo hawe rakati dhammachari, Dhammo suchino sukhama vahati. Dhamma protect the person who practice it. The Dhamma well practiced produce happiness. This is the benefits of the Dhamma well practiced, that meditators who practice Dhamma does not go to existence of suffering. So may you practice Dhamma, may you practice Satipatthana diligently, with confidence, by practicing Vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the six senses, by noting rising, falling, sitting, seeing, hearing, stretching, bending, continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future.